Hello ladies and gents, this is Brian Wildcat's Wrestling Stars of the 2000s, and welcome to episode number 10. In today's episode, I am making a timeline of the WWE in 2005. How it turned down and went down to be one of my favorite years in WWE history. Let's talk about the year 2005 for pop culture and great stuff. Kanye West dropped his second studio album, Late Registration. Girl has Demon Days. Steve Carell hits the debut premiere of The Office. Neil Patrick Harris had the debut premiere of How I Met Your Mother. Movies like Batman Begins, Madagascar, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Wedding Crashers, and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory were all the highest-grossing films. But meanwhile in the WWE, we are in the middle of the Ruthless Aggression era and the company is going uphill again with a star-stacked roster after the downfall in 2004. As we last left off of 2004, Brock Lesnar and Goldberg left the WWE after getting booed in their match at WrestleMania 20 because of rumors, facts, and issues. And they were not featured in the original SmackDown vs. Raw video game. Rock and Austin left the WWE and were no longer faces of the company. Guys like Cena, Angle, Bradshaw, and Eddie carried SmackDown that year but was going downhill. The Triple H reign of terror continues once again. Chris Benoit is having the best year of his time, etc. But what will happen in the WWE in 2005? Well, let's get right into it. 1. New Year's Revolution. WWE's first pay-per-view of the year is New Year's Revolution, which is a Raw exclusive show that would start off the new year. On January 9, 2005, New Year's Revolution took place in San Juan, Puerto Rico, with the main event, with 6 competitors, the Elimination Chamber match for the vacant World Heavyweight Championship with Shawn Michaels as the special guest referee. And it was a really poor show with Eugene injured while retaining the World Tag Team Championship with William Regal against Christian and Tomko. Trish Stratus knocks off a now injured Lita to regain the Women's Championship, Shelton Benjamin retaining the IC title against the Loudmouth Maven, and Kane knocking off Snitsky. At least it was saved by one match. It was a one-match show with Triple H, Randy Orton, Edge, Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho and Batista all clash in Elimination Chamber for the vacant World Heavyweight title as HBK as the guest ref. It was a brutal and physical war by all 6 men in the chamber. Jericho and Benoit started the match, Triple H enters the fray, Chris Benoit bleeding, Helmsley was backdropped on the steel, Edge enters the fray, Orton enters the fray and slam Edge on the chain wall. The chamber was used so many times. Triple H's clothesline, Chris Benoit does the freaking diving headbutt on the game, Triple H hits the pedigree on Jericho, Edge accidentally spears Michaels, which leads HBK to screw Edge out of the World Heavyweight title instantly. The walls of Jericho and Crossface both locked in combination. Batista last one enters the fray eliminating Benoit and Jericho, and he even throws Y2J onto the cameraman. Dave Hunter destroying Orton. However, the Legend Killer fought back and eliminates Batista, and Batista who already eliminated clotheslines Randy Orton to help Triple H become the 10-time World Heavyweight Champion. It's actually good to have Triple H to win because Randy Orton's face run didn't work out and it leads him to defend the championship against Batista at WrestleMania 21. At least Randy Orton turned heel to become immortal as the Legend Killer again. 2. Royal Rumble and Road to WrestleMania 21. Now we're on the road to WrestleMania 21, and 15 men from Raw and 15 from SmackDown were all guaranteed to win this year's Royal Rumble. Featuring 2 world title matches, Triple H defends the World Heavyweight Championship against Randy Orton, and JBL defends the WWE Championship against Kurt Angle and The Big Show in a triple threat match. And on an episode of SmackDown before Royal Rumble, JBL and Kurt Angle battles it out in a non-title last man standing match. And on the actual show that is Royal Rumble, in Fresno, California, Edge gets the better of Shawn Michaels, Undertaker took care of Hidden Wrench in a casket match, JBL retains the WWE title against Big Show and Kurt Angle in a triple threat match to continue his long reign, and Triple H retains his championship against Randy Orton. Now on to the Royal Rumble match. This had to be one of the most entertaining Royal Rumble matches of the decade. Chris and Eddie started the match's early numbers. Raw and SmackDown goes to war, everybody's favorite heel WWE superstar, Muhammad Hassan, getting his butt kicked. Kurt Angle is going wild. Plus, he attacked Shawn Michaels after he's been eliminated. Jane Snitsky murders eliminate Paul London with that clothesline. Cena and Batista were the final two, etc. Botch ending? Check. Vince tearing both quads to restart where we were? Check. In the end, Evolution's Batista eliminates John Cena to win the 2005 Royal Rumble match to face the world champion at WrestleMania 21. It made Batista a star. Batista's right. Triple H is making Raw all about him, and it's about time for someone to say enough is enough. He's been Triple H's meal ticket in Evolution on Raw. Triple H and Ric Flair backstage had a discussion of what's right for Batista as go to SmackDown and challenge the WWE champion at WrestleMania for the championship, and the scene was zoomed out because Batista has been waiting for a long time. Batista made a decision of who is he going to face the champion at WrestleMania 21. He has the Raw contract and the SmackDown contract, and he drops the Raw contract, which means he's challenging the WWE champion from SmackDown at the event, making Helmsley and Flair look like proud dad duo. And the thumbs up turns to thumbs down, making Hunter and Ric Flair look in disbelief and shock. Batista takes down Helmsley and Flair, and sending Flair out of the ring and power bombs Triple H through the table. It turns out to be a swerve. Younger viewers were jumping for joy. Triple H's reign of terror is coming to an end. Batista stays on Raw and challenges Helmsley for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 21. Before that, WWE's third pay-per-view of the year is a SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view called No Way Out. And it was the weakest pay-per-view of the year. Cena vs. Angle was the only good match of the night. Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio won the WWE Tag Team Championships against the Basham Brothers. Chavo Guerrero won the Cruiserweight title in a 6-man elimination match, and Booker T gets a DQ victory against Heidenreich. In the main event, JBL defends his WWE Championship against the Big Show in a barbed-wired steel cage match. Big Show thought he won the championship after destroying Bradshaw, and he chokeslams JBL through the ring. Instead, it turns out to be a swerve when John Bradshaw Layfield went through and under the ring and from the apron to save his championship. JBL always find ways to win or retain the WWE title. Now onto the WrestleMania 21 movie parodies. The WrestleMania movie parody ads hypes up the fans to the actual event. John Cena and JBL had a few good men. The Undertaker had Dirty Harry. Triple H did Braveheart. Booker T and Eddie Guerrero done Pulp Fiction. Basic Instinct, Taxi Driver, When Kurt Met Christie, Gladiator, etc. Those parodies really hypes the actual show. 3. WrestleMania 21. Now to the actual show of WrestleMania 21 goes Hollywood. Two tag team champions opens the show to go one-on-one with each other, and what a friendly way to start their feud in 2005. And the Money in the Bank ladder match? Chris Jericho created this match for WrestleMania 21 because it's a new match type that is to change the landscape of professional wrestling. The Money in the Bank ladder match is one of the most exciting gimmick matches in WWE history. It will change you and WWE superstars' lives and careers forever. It receives a guarantee opportunity for a world championship match anytime, any place, anywhere. Well, sometimes. But nonetheless, a WWE superstar will hold on to the briefcase over the next 12 months, means one full year. And the participants of the first ever in 2005 Money in the Bank ladder match are Edge, Chris Benoit, Christian, Shelton Benjamin, Chris Jericho and Kane. Superstars made their entrances, even Kane, who set ladders on fire, and this match was a human demolition derby. 6 men went to war: Chris Jericho, Christian, Shelton Benjamin, and of course Kane flies high. Edge and Christian reunited, Chris Benoit going crazy, and Shelton Benjamin. Shelton Benjamin is the human highlight reel of the match. He's a great wrestler, but no wonder why he's never been a world champion in the WWE. But nonetheless, he even clotheslines Chris Jericho out of nowhere. In the end, Chris Benoit was moments of crowning Mr. Money in the Bank, but no. Edge with a steel chair out of nowhere, he bangs Chris with it, who has now an injured shoulder, and Edge climbs the ladder and unhooks the briefcase and wins. This is the night Edge became the ultimate opportunist. He reaches his main event status, and it made him a star than WrestleMania 17. It led him to become the most hated superstar in WWE history. Trish Stratus retains the women's title against Christy Hemme. Akebono defeated Big Show in a sumo match as one of the worst WrestleMania matches in history. The Undertaker gave a recently turned heel Randy Orton the match of his life and adds him to his undefeated streak as his 13th victim to start this unforgettable rivalry of 2005. I know Randy Orton is already a star from rookie to evolution to the youngest world heavyweight champ in history, but his feud with The Undertaker in 2005, even on SmackDown, it made him a much bigger star. This match put over the legend killer. That chokeslam reverses into an RKO was sick. What if Randy Orton ended The Undertaker's WrestleMania undefeated streak instead of Brock Lesnar? Because Randy Orton was asked to be the one that ends the streak at WrestleMania. After that, we got Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels. Dream match of the decade. Kurt Angle won a gold medal at the Olympics in 1996, and all he heard is Shawn Michaels this, Shawn Michaels that. The match built to when Kurt attacked Shawn at Royal Rumble after being eliminated. They both attacked each other in their different brand shows. This match was all hyped. In Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler's words, what more could you ask for? In this match turned out to be an instant classic. It was a back and forth action. Slaps, angle slams, clutch lines, high-flying moves and all of that shit, ankle locks, sweet chin music. In the end, Kurt Angle wakes up from the dead and plays possum, straight up than a horror movie, locks Shawn Michaels in the ankle lock to make him tap. This was match of the night. Two of the greatest in-ring performers laid all on the line, and Kurt Angle stands tall as the winner. And then, everybody's favorite heel, Muhammad Hassan, takes his anger out of Eugene because he didn't get a one-on-one WrestleMania match. The immortal Hulk Hogan returns to lay smackdown on Hassan and Daivari. After that, the last two matches. Two world title main events on the way. First one, John Bradshaw Layfield defending his WWE Championship against John Cena, who recently dropped the United States title against Orlando Jordan. Really? Really? But no worries, I made an episode about John Cena in episode 6 of how John Cena became the GOAT. John Cena is SmackDown's rising star since the Ruthless Aggression era begun. He went from rookie to becoming Vanilla Ice on a SmackDown Halloween party to becoming an annoying rapper to Big Match John. So if those of you who loved Thugernomics John Cena are watching this, it's hard to find someone who hates Thugernomics John Cena. At WrestleMania, it's his time to shine. But this match, it was lackluster and mediocre. JBL dominates this match. This match is all JBL, but however John Cena would strike back. He picks up Bradshaw for the FU and pins him 1, 2, 3. JBL's reign as the WWE Champion for 9 months, known as the longest reigning WWE Champion in SmackDown history, is over. His time is up and John Cena's time is now, and the John Cena era has just begun. This is the night Big Match John was born. Cena now became one of the popular and most important WWE superstars today. Well, sometimes. But nonetheless, he would make magazines, rap albums, sprinter belts, movies, commercials, award shows, to become a founder and make a wish, etc. This man had a heroic rise to the top since Rock and Austin left. And finally the main event, Batista vs. Triple H for the World Heavyweight Championship, and the main event could have been better. Batista is tired of being stuck in Evolution for months and now, it's his time to shine, it's his world. But this match should have been better. Some of the people are not interested of the match, it could have been stiff. Anyway, it was a good match. Ric Flair tried to get involved. Triple H's blood flowing out of his head everywhere like Niagara Falls. Batista destroys Helmsley. Batista bomb. 1, 2, 3. We've crowned a new World Heavyweight Champion, Batista. The Triple H reign of terror is finally over, and the Batista era has just begun. Game over, it's time to unleash the animal. Batista is on top of the food chain, and he would be co-face of the WWE next to Cena. He would dominate Raw and SmackDown as the World Heavyweight Champion throughout 2005. Younger views were jumping for joy when Batista beat Helmsley. Now, that's part 1 of the WWE in 2005. More feuds, storylines, and timeline is on the way. What do you think about the road to WrestleMania 21? Leave the comment below and let me know. More cinema would come for the rest of the year. I'm Brian Wildcat. Stay tuned and I'll see you in part 2.